scheme, how are you guys doing? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm Mysticle and I'll be bringing the latest in AR and VR news. Quite a bit has happened throughout these last few weeks, however we're actually going to focus on the latest pieces of information. We've got quite a bit of large pieces of news today, including the Pico 4 Ultra, and of course the Quest 3S leaks, as an actual image of the Quest 3S may have been leaked to us. That and so much more in this video, so let's get right into it. So first of all, the Quest 3S. It appears that closer to MetaConnect, these new devices keep getting leaked to us, and the Quest 3S is no exception, as images of it have come out by VR Panda. This has also happened in the past with other Meta headsets, where VR Panda has leaked images of these devices before they were supposed to be seen by us, and they have come out to be real in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is probably the device we are going to see during this year's MetaConnect. Reading from Upload VR, a VR headset accessory maker has shared what appears to be the first clear image of the Quest 3S, Meta's next headset. VR Panda, whose real forename is Alex, shared the image on X with the caption Quest 3S peeking emoji. And in this image, we see the Quest 3S. We've seen this device in the past. It looks exactly like the images from the survey. So once again, that kind of pushes me towards believing that this is a real image. In the image, we can see those 6 cameras kind of creepily staring at you, and you might say that the current Quest 3 also has that. However, those are a little bit more hidden behind black glass. Here you undoubtedly have 6 cameras staring directly at you. What's interesting though is we can also see what appears to be a microphone on the right or left camera array, depending on how you're staring at this device, and up top we've got that little diode telling you whether the headset is active. The design matches the render seen back in March in a slide of what appeared to be a leaked Meta market research study presentation. So that's what I was talking about there. A Quest 3S was also seemingly present in the background of a video posted by Meta CTO Andrew Bosworth in June, and Bosworth even replied at the time with a teasing confirmation. So once again, everything pointing towards that this is what we are going to see during MetaConnect, but it's not like we're going to have to wait much longer in order to find out. Let me know what you think about this device. Is this a design that pleases you, or would you like to have these cameras a little bit more hidden? Next, what we have is Meta's graphics overhaul for their avatars. This is something that's been teased for a while now, and we have seen multiple different overhauls for Quest avatars in the past. However, now it appears to be even larger. Luna even posted on Twitter showing the fact that some Meta employees are already dogfooding these, and dogfooding essentially means trying them out before they go out to the general public. And reading from Upload VR, VR enthusiast Luna has spotted some of the Meta employees' Horizon profiles show a completely different avatar style to the current Meta avatars, and provided Upload VR with links to independently confirm this. The upcoming overhaul was first announced with a pre-rendered mock-up by Mark Zuckerberg at MetaConnect 2022, almost 2 years ago. At that time, he said the overhaul was coming 2023, but that obviously didn't pan out. What Meta avatars did last year was get legs, in Meta Horizon Home and Meta Horizon Worlds at least, a significant update given that they previously were widely ridiculed for only including the upper body. The SDK for third-party apps got legs too in December, but they currently aren't animated, so developers would have to implement this manually, an arduous task none have yet undertaken. Meta will likely launch, or at least announce, the new overhauled avatars at Connect 2024, which will take place on September 25th and 26th, something that we will actually be watching live on this channel, as we do every single year. I do think the Meta avatars require an overhaul, hopefully sooner rather than later, as they are still being ridiculed for their simplicity on a device that, well, is capable of a lot more. And the more details we get in these avatars and the more options that we get, well, the more we will be able to express ourselves, which is very important when you're creating something that is supposed to show you as a person. So yeah, I think it's fair to say I can't wait for this avatar overhaul. Now, to move away from Meta news for a little second, the PlayStation VR2 app has been listed on Steam ahead of the PCVR adapter launch. So in case you guys for whatever reason don't know, the PSVR2 is actually going to allow you to connect to a computer and play PCVR games on it, which is really cool. You're going to be missing some of the main features of the PSVR2, but that doesn't change the fact that you will be able to play PCVR games on it. And hopefully those features arrive with that PCVR adapter sometime in the near future. The Steam page includes screenshots of the setup process, showing you how to pair your controllers, update the firmware, and prepare to set up your play space boundary. So it does look like this will not be like a, say, Quest, for example, which which you can connect directly to Steam using Steam Link, which is obvious. I mean, the PSVR2 isn't a standalone device, so there's no way to download an app like that onto it. You will require a separate application in order to pair the headset and controllers to your computer and then use them via Steam VR. That app has now been listed on Steam, so in case you guys are preparing to buy the PSVR2 and its adapter for PCVR, well, you can now take a little sneak peek on what the pairing process will look like. Going back to Meta, we now have access to Meta AI on Quest, which is a really big deal. Meta today, which it was on July 23rd, has announced plans to update Quest 3 with AI vision features similar to what's on the company's latest Ray-Ban glasses. Sometime later this summer, in the US and Canada, Meta says it will roll out an update to Quest 3 enabling Meta AI with vision feature. The feature will give the headset AI voice chat capabilities and also allow the headset to see what's in the user's real-world field of view. Users can ask general questions, but also inquire about things in front of them, which is really cool. I've actually spoken about this in the past. With the glasses, they can actually be really helpful in the real world. Say you have a leaking faucet. You can ask the AI, supposedly, how to fix it, and because it can see what you're doing, it should be able to guide you through the process. Really handy. I mean, we have the internet right now, but the internet being able to see what we see and directly help us interact with it is really cool. A lot of people are going to be against this, you know, but I actually don't think that. I can see the privacy concerns here. I don't actually think this is a bad thing. I think it's really cool, and I like seeing where AI is going. I myself have been using ChatGPT in order to help me with a bunch of different things, usually coding, and asking it just general questions, for example, how much my 3D printer is consuming power-wise, etc., etc. It's been pretty helpful. So seeing these things come to our devices, and Meta not locking this down to just smart glasses is even cooler, because, I mean, we're wearing these headsets. They've got cameras on them, right? So we might as well use these cameras to help us in some way. The app on your phone, in case you haven't noticed yet, has now changed. It's no longer called Meta Quest, it's now called Meta Horizon. This is due to the plans of Meta creating Meta Horizon OS and, you know, merging this with other devices. So they can't really call it Meta Quest anymore because this app is also going to allow you to pair other devices that are going to be running the Meta Quest operating system, Meta Horizon operating system. You might have noticed an unfamiliar icon in your app drawer today. Don't be alarmed, because that's the new logo for Meta's XR content store, and it's setting the stage for more changes yet to come. The company actually announced this back in April, that it is going to create this brand new operating system, kind of like Android. I mean, it's already based on Android, but you get the point, that it is going to allow other headset manufacturers to use, essentially allowing them to use its content store, kind of like the Play Store. And this is actually really good for us consumers, because developers are going to be able to get their apps out to a lot more devices. That, and we should get specialized devices as well. For example, a headset just for work, a headset just for gaming, a headset just for working out. The Quest 3 has also received a pretty large occlusion upgrade. In case you guys are playing around with occlusion on the Quest 3, well, you should now see a pretty big improvement. Not only is the quality going to be much higher, but it also has much better performance, utilizing a whole 80% less GPU power. Reading from Upload VR, dynamic occlusion on the Quest 3 is currently only supported on a handful of apps, but now its higher quality uses less CPU and GPU and is slightly easier for developers to implement. Occlusion refers to the ability of virtual objects to appear behind real objects, a crucial capability for mixed reality headsets. Doing this for only pre-scanned scenery is known as static occlusion, while if the system supports changing scenery and moving objects, it's known as dynamic occlusion, which the Quest 3 supports because of its depth sensor. So yeah, in case you guys are playing with dynamic occlusion, you should now see that boost. And I love seeing upgrades to dynamic occlusion. It is incredibly important that we get this feature up and running for AR applications to run the way they're supposed to. I mean, if virtual objects start appearing in front of real objects, that completely ruins immersion for me. And it's why some of the best AR experiences that I've had are ones where I could map objects in my space that the Quest doesn't necessarily let us map. Seeing Meta implement this is really good. I mean, having it do everything on its own is a lot better than you having to map everything out yourself. The Meta UX is also now changing because, according to Luna, a lot of the Quest 3S is going to use, well, the same operating system as the Quest 3, which makes perfect sense. So instead of redesigning the operating system and shipping an entirely new operating system for the Quest 3S, they've instead decided to redesign the art that they have inside the current OS to fit a more generalized headset look. I assume this is also going to help them them in the future when more Meta Horizon devices come out, and not just for the Quest 3S. So that's something you should notice inside your operating system. The PSVR2 is now on sale. In case you guys are in the UK, it is now selling for the lowest price ever of £350. So in case you guys are looking into getting into PCVR, possibly on the PSVR2, or just trying to get a PSVR2 and live in the UK, well, now is your chance. HTC is teasing a brand new headset, and this is after Qualcomm said that the HTC will use the XR2 Plus Generation 2 CPU at the end of a new video posted across the company's YouTube channel and social media channels titled HTC Vive, a new vision for you. The silhouette of a new headset can be seen. To quote, dedicated people have always found ways to break barriers and redefine the human experience. Through extended reality, we set out to do the same. Yet everything you've seen has only been the start of something greater. Keep your eyes open. What's coming next will change the game for good. This is interesting. HTC has been known for teasing devices in the past, and okay, I'm not going to lie, leaving a lot of people quite disappointed. Not because the device was bad, but because the price was aimed more towards enterprises than it was towards us consumers. It makes perfect sense. HTC doesn't necessarily have the same ways of making money off of these devices as, say, Meta does. Again, HTC has been known for doing this in the past, and while I am very excited to see what they have to show here, I'm not certain how it is going to play out for us consumers. Talking about new devices, the Pico 4 Ultra, we now have the first marketing render of from Luna on Twitter. So in case that's a device you are waiting for or want to play around with, not much more here, just a render. And VRChat has now introduced hand tracking 2.0. I've been seeing videos of this all over Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, and I must say it looks incredibly impressive. And from what sadly Bradley posted, yes, he did post from an Apple Vision Pro, but that doesn't change the fact that honestly, if it works this well, it might make me want to ditch controllers, because it looks absolutely incredible and very, very accurate. And I'm sure a lot of this is down to the Vision Pro's hand tracking technology, but if it works anywhere close to this well, I might just have to ditch controllers for VRChat. VRChat, honestly, incredible job. That looks really, really good. And being able to move all your fingers, you know, without index controllers or something like that, and actually being able to gesture inside VRChat is quite important because it's a social experience. So being able to see it work this well is just really, really cool. The only issue I'm seeing here, which is the same issue that I've had with VR gloves for a while, is locomotion, but I can see they've gone around that, so I guess I'll just have to try it out and see how I feel about the locomotion that they have implemented. Either way though, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day or night. If you guys like this one, please do leave a like. If disliked it, I guess it works too. But let me know why down below. If you guys are not yet part of our community, check out our Discord and our Reddit down below where I want to see you posting your spice memes. And thank you so much to all the Patreons supporting this channel. You guys are amazing, seriously incredible. Thank you so much for your support. You guys are what makes this possible. And thank you so much to anyone else supporting the channel in any way, shape, or form as well. As usual, if you guys want me to know Twitch content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack that subscribe button with you before I dig my bell and see you in the next video.
No nie wiem. W sensie, no, widać efekt, nie? Wiadomo o co chodzi. Tylko ten koleś mi trochę psuje.
To masz wodny aparat też
No.
przez coś.